Hello, everybody.
Wow. That was...
Hello, guys. How you been? It's been 2 weeks. What the hell? Well, there was some shit. Now we're gonna do the show.
You didn't think about that enough, did you?
No, I just did it.
Mm-hmm. Hi.
Because that's how we do stuff. On the fly, on the fly.
Somebody's feeling better, guys.
Yeah, you want to tell them a little bit about it?
No, you tell everyone.
My jaw got all fucked up.
Again.
And it was really bad this time. And then, as soon as it felt better... Oh, I think I sent a post out. As soon as it got better, I ended up with an abscess. And then I fixed it. Because while my dental school training...
How disgusting is that, guys?
And everything's okay.
Seriously, we're in the middle of the desert. And he popped his own abscess. Not without a lot of drama, I might add.
You were asleep
for
most of it.
I was awake because you were
not.
sighing and huffing and puffing and stomping around, clutching your jaw. Which is often the way we've woken up lately.
Yeah, I pulled my gum away from my tooth and then shoved a toothpick down into the abscess to make a pathway. And then I pushed on it until it exploded all over my mouth and hand.
That is absolutely revolting.
My mouth tasted...
Please don't.
Like I was sucking on...
Sandwich.
No, my mouth tasted like I was sucking on pennies.
That's blood.
Didn't just taste like blood, though. Like dirty pennies.
Oh, God, that is so disgusting. Seriously. And he told his mum, because I was going to grass on him if he didn't.
Yeah.
And what happened? What did she say?
My mommy yelled at me.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
He's the most stubborn man in the world, guys.
I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I really am not.
I said, why don't you give it a swill, seeing as you've just stabbed and... What's the word? Something an abscess. Emptied. That's not the word correctly, but, drained. There we go.
Yeah, I drained it.
By yourself.
Yeah.
And he went, yeah, I might later. Did he? No.
No.
He's such a dick. Oh. Anyhow, everyone. How are you all? I hope you're all safe.
Yeah, it's been,
We hope you're all safe, I should say.
Yeah, apparently Zoe's the only one that cares about you guys. No, but it's been really difficult for us to, kind of be, all uppity and woohoo and fun times and...
Yeah, we've adapted remarkably well so far, I think. This would be day 14, wouldn't it, officially?
Yeah.
In California.
For California. I mean, in the last 14 days, your, kickboxing skills have improved a great deal.
Oh, they're going to get a lot better. Believe me. But we're all, joking aside, we're all getting on remarkably well. Poor Shay's here, quarantined from life itself. Couldn't be more quarantined if she tried in the middle of nowhere with her parents.
Hi, friends. Hello again.
We're having technical difficulties on top of everything else.
Yeah, we keep getting a system overload.
That's how I feel a bit at the minute.
Well, we'll just keep going on. If I notice it getting a little wonky like it just did for a half a second, we'll do something about it.
Okay. Yeah, but as I was saying, Shay's doing remarkably well. We're all getting on kind of okay, aren't we? I think separately we're all struggling a little bit, but we're all kind of making an effort. I think my main problem is I just can't, listen to people. People are getting me down.
Online and stuff?
Yeah, on social media and stuff. And just in the news in general. It's just the world in general is getting... There's good things, don't get me wrong. There's so many, big-hearted people doing good things. And that's... Should never, ever let that slide. But man, the bulk of it is depressing as hell.
I mean, the condoms shortage is really making you upset, huh?
Yeah, that's probably on the top of my list.
Yeah, because we don't have rubber gloves, so Zoe rolls them down her fingers when she goes outside.
That was my mum's suggestion, wasn't it? My poor little mum. What concerns me, we've just been talking to my mum and dad, haven't we? And they have got like a one in, one out kind of weird, like very regimented shopping system where every supermarket in the UK, you go in and you have to wait in 2 metre points with your shopping basket, and then they let you in one at a time, like staggered, and they have arrows so that you're going round at a certain, like a certain direction round the store, so you're all separate the whole time. And she wears gloves and a mask, and it's like, it just seems way more organised. There's none of that going on here, is there?
No, none.
Absolutely none.
Like, I've been... Uh-oh.
Get on with it.
I've been the one going out, and, honestly, it's, there's probably less people, but there's no guidelines of anything. And even the last time I went out, they weren't even, monitoring, like, the toilet paper aisle like they were... like 2 weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah, it's just there. There's not really a lot there, but there is some there. But there's not people, like, limiting how many you could put in your cart and stuff like that.
Because
like
they did that for one...
Yeah, there was like 7... I don't know if I talked to you guys about it, but there was like 7 workers, and they made you get in a line just for toilet paper. And, so that was that.
I just think it would be... I've got a tickle, guys. I've got a tickle. It's nothing to worry about. Let's not panic.
Yeah.
We're fine, aren't we, health-wise, so far, touch wood?
Yeah.
We've kind of had bad bellies, and we've had a little bit, and we've kind of like...
I've been coughing a lot.
Yeah, but it's a chesty cough. It's like Shay's cold, I think.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't got any symptoms. We're...
I was freezing, and I thought I had a temperature, and it turns out it was like 96.
It was absolutely normal.
Yeah.
Below normal.
But it was really chilly.
And I told him to put some cosy pants on in his hoodie instead of his short shorts.
Yeah. So what are you going to do? It's hard to be sexy with coronavirus.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You're struggling.
I'm struggling hard.
But joking aside, it's like, it's a very weird time. I'm worried about my parents, but they're doing everything they possibly can. I can't believe, since we've started talking, I'm starting to cough.
I know. I think it's a little, what's that? A little birdie called Karma.
It's such a joke.
We've been getting along swimmingly, my wife and I.
We have.
I know.
We're laughing all the time. There's now and again that we get a little bit...
Is there?
No, not really. We're fine.
About what you just did?
Yeah, you just set fire to my shorts.
Oh, yeah. But I set fire to my shorts, too, and it was way worse.
Yeah, which was funny. Because he was trying to be funny and setting fire to my, like, the fringe bits on the bottom of my shorts when I wasn't looking, thinking it was hilarious. And then he decided to give it a go on his just to see what it was like, and it went... He nearly cacked himself.
Yeah, there was
he burnt his finger.
There was this big fireball, and so I started swatting at it, and embers started going up. But I guess because there's some sort of, you called it lycra?
I think there's probably like a lycra or something in there.
I don't know. Like, there's some plasticky part in these jean shorts. So when I lit it and then hit it, like, the threads wrapped around my finger and were just still burning. And then when I put it out, there were like these hard plasticky bits on my little baby fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you looking for sympathy? Because you were trying to set fire to my shop. Oh,
You don't like it when I make a fart noise when you bend over. We don't have a TV. You're taking away my entertainment. There's only so many more things I can do.
That's true. Well, what have we been doing? Well, that's about it.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Counting crickets.
We've been reading.
We've read a lot.
I've been working on my campaign, and there was a part of me that thought I should cancel it. Because I feel... Can
you cancel it and start it again at a different day?
Well, I could just let it go on and end, and then put that money towards the stuff, and then after all this is over, start it up again. Or I could take what I have now and put out either a smaller book or a different kind of book or something. I don't know. I feel like this is such the worst time in the world.
You couldn't possibly predict that this was going to happen. It's like craziness.
Well, I mean, I knew when it was happening that, there's this thing going around called coronavirus.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I mean.
You know, but it was like 3 days after I launched it, or 4 days after I launched it, everyone's like, you got to stay at work, lockdown. But it hasn't even been that long, because the campaign was 40 days. And
but people were staying at home, self-isolating and stuff quite a lot.
Yeah.
Before California actually did the, official lockdown.
Yeah.
People were being advised to stay at home, weren't they? Or they were choosing to. Like, we've never had anything like this, have we? Mm-mm. In the history forever. Where you've had to, where airports are being closed down. Like, everything's silent.
I think in, the modern times,
yeah,
at least in America, we haven't had anything where we had to do this. And this is why a lot of people are saying...
A lot of people are saying the Spanish flu, that was the latest thing like that, wasn't it?
But was that the one in, the 20s?
No, I think it was oh God.
The 20s or 30s or something like that?
I don't know.
But even that, what I'm saying is, with, airports and, everyone having access to automobiles and just, the way the world is now... In America, we haven't had anything where someone said you couldn't live normally.
No, I know.
You know? I know there's been other countries where things have happened where they had to... But, I mean, we haven't had a war on the soil here, you know? So, because, the stuff your parents are doing in England is reminiscent of World War II.
Yeah, people are used to...
I mean, they're not used to it, but they're aware of it.
They're aware of it, and they've been through really sort of rough time. It was the Depression era, wasn't it? That was probably... Do you think?
Well, I don't know, because in the Depression era, no one had jobs, and so they just hung out in bars.
Yeah.
And all that.
But
I don't know.
But being attacked, the Second World War, my parents were born, directly after that.
Yeah.
When all the soldiers came home.
Yeah.
And stuff. My dad was born 46, I think. May 46.
Yeah.
But they were still on rations, because I remember where I can't remember why. I think it was at the caravan. I got an awesome jigsaw, and it was, I think I've told you about it, and it was basically just the inside of a pantry, and it was 40s or 30s food supplies kind of thing, and it was a painting, and it was all powdered eggs and all that kind of... I think it was 40s. But it was all the original lovely packaging, you know what I mean? All the boxes and all the tin cans and everything that they used to have. And it was a jigsaw, and it was gorgeous.
Was it to make people hungry?
No, it was just a jigsaw. But they were oh God, that's what... Can you remember when we used to have that? They used to have to make cakes and stuff with powdered eggs. Because you couldn't, there wasn't anything, everything was rationed. And you only got a tiny little amount of butter. And a tiny little bit of meat. So you had to make that last for the whole week. It was nuts. Really weird. And you'd take your little ration book and go in and get stuff.
Yeah.
It was nuts. So I can see people would be oh, here we go again.
But like here, we're
But
like,
here you
what the
haven't had
fuck's
that.
happening? Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to the pub. Yeah. Well, so I don't know. I feel really awkward about it because the next step is me having to like go person to person asking them for money for the campaign or whatever, and I feel like that it's just in super bad taste.
Yeah.
So with that being said, let's go over and do our heartfelt thank yous. And just we hope you guys are all okay. And if you guys can, drop us a message in the comments just to let us know how you're doing and how
Just let us
you
know
feel.
how you're getting on.
If you're not doing good, if you're like everything's fine, but you're just on lockdown and whatever. So, man, this all got real, so I gotta work myself up to it.
Oh, God, I know.
Okay?
But it's true, we'd like to know that you're all okay.
So, who am I gonna start with? Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tear this up.
Okay.
Thank you, Liz! Thank you, Meredith! Thank you, Robin! Thank you, Sharon! Thank you, Emery! Thank you, Gail! Thank you, Jess! And thank you, Lauren!
You're going to have to remember who you do the...
Alright. Why do you make me feel
I'm
all
just
awkward?
saying.
Hey, you know, I mean, like, it's a good thing this coronavirus thing is happening, or else we would have, like, 30 people a week joining, and then I would have a really hard time remembering.
Yeah, that's why.
So, with all of that said, what we decided to do, and it's April 3rd today when we're recording this, we're going to put a hold on, I guess, next month's
Pledges, is
pledges, yeah. Until things start looking a little bit better.
Just until we know things are gonna...
Yeah, because, like, we are...
This could go on for a long, long time,
Yeah.
and we feel really bad taking money that people are struggling to get these days.
So, we're going to do that, and then we're also going to put the...
I think we need to discuss that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because it just seems a bit... I guess it doesn't matter.
Well, it's just like... I don't know, like...
We were going to make it, like, public to everybody, because, like, we might as well.
Well, I also wanted to, like, maybe this episode, put the podcast itself up on our Black Star YouTube page, just so everybody knows what's going on. Because we haven't done a video in forever. And we haven't done a live stream in a long time.
No.
So I just want everyone to know that we're okay. And, like, probably the biggest reason... So if this does end up on YouTube, I'll just say this again. Our Patreon members, you guys probably have heard this before. But the 3 reasons why we haven't been filming anything is because we haven't been doing really anything, like homesteady. And the reason why is because I got injured, then you hurt your back, and then the weather was just awful.
Yeah, it's been pouring down and windy and cold. And
now that the weather's not awful, it's still kind of windy, but we could be out doing stuff, but we would need to be going into town and picking stuff up and doing things like that. So everything's kind of on this hiatus, like this weird hold right now. And we were actually talking about getting out there and just using up, like, the cement that we have left.
Yeah, and trying to do as much as we can of the things that we have.
Yeah, and just get that done to where we have nothing else.
Yeah.
And then hopefully by that time, things...
We might be in a better position to be able to get out and order stuff.
Exactly.
And financially, we can't really afford to go out and buy timber and all this kind of extra stuff. You know,
yeah.
It's a bit of a, as I'm sure everybody gets, it's like a weird time to be spending money on certain things when you don't know how long you're going to have to be careful.
Yeah.
Like, not that we're not usually careful, but you know what I mean. Things could get a whole lot worse. Let's hope with everything that it doesn't, but it could get a lot worse, and we don't know what position we're going to be in. So it seems a bit crazy. Just going out and buying stuff and doing things when we have got things to be. We've got loads of bags left. Well, we haven't got loads, but we've got a lot more than you think.
We have a lot more than I thought we had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got enough to keep us going for a while. And we've got 2 bags of cement.
And we have all of our electrical stuff except the outlets.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's not true. We have all the solar stuff and battery stuff.
Yeah. We haven't got any roofing.
No, but we have enough wood to do the window boxes and maybe even a door frame.
Possibly.
So, I mean, there's stuff we could technically be doing.
So many things we want to be doing, especially before it gets too hot. But again, we're just going to play it by ear because you just don't know, do you? You don't know what's going to happen. Like, we've been worrying about the gas station closing down.
Yeah, because they've threatened, like, the only shop anywhere near us. And it's not even really that close when you think about it.
It's not close, but it's the closest.
They kept saying, in fact, when I talked to him today, he said that people coming to get stuff inside the store, there hasn't really been any change.
Yeah.
But gas, propane, and all that stuff, he's like, it's almost non-existent.
Really?
Yeah, so they are hurting.
Because people aren't driving anywhere.
Yeah. So I don't know, like, what their cash reserves are.
No.
You know?
It's just scary.
They told me a couple different times that they thought it's like there's a guy that owns the shop and then the guy that runs the shop. And the guy that runs the shop told me that there's been a couple times when the owner said, I don't think we're going to be open tomorrow, so stay by your phone. But then they're open. He calls them up and said, yeah, just go ahead and go on in. So that's weird because if we don't have that shop, we don't have nothing. Because he owns basically every shop between here and Yucca Valley.
We'd have to go to Lucerne. There's too many houses and stuff around there to not have any gas stations.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to have to keep gas stations
Halliday, open. That other one.
Yeah.
And then the one that's past that.
Yeah.
That one guy owns all of them.
So we're going to have to go in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Because they're going to have to keep things open for emergency, you know, and essential workers, aren't they? So they can get up the mountain or go to the hospitals or go to wherever.
I don't know, I guess.
Well, they're going to have to, otherwise they won't be able to get to work. Unless it shuts down completely but the hospitals are going to have to stay open, aren't they?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's very worrying. And it isn't. Like, we're trying to just play it by ear and hope that everything gets better, but it's niggling around in the back of my head thinking, oh, God. You know, if things really do get scary, you know, like...
I don't know if it will, though. I mean, I know I'm trying to be, like, all, like, Optimus Prime here, but it's like...
I'm hoping you're right, but
like,
there's just something, you know...
Like, I didn't think it was going to get this bad.
I know, that's what...
So...
You thought it would take 2 weeks to build a shed.
You are on such thin ice right now.
I'm just saying, you know, your estimates about things haven't been entirely accurate. What? He's looking at me like...
am I ever going to hear anything other than that?
Well, if you make
hey, you guys know what?
Estimates.
Like, 5 years ago, Zoe got mad because a blanket she ordered wasn't the right green, and she kicked a box.
Oh, yeah, I did.
So, you like that?
Yeah, I'm sorry, because I did.
It wasn't because it wasn't the right green, it was because it was supposed to be gray, but it turned out green.
It was meant to be sage green to go with the other green blanket that you originally had. But it was almost lime green. The ones that
No,
we
it
got.
was to go with the couch that we had. And it was that.
That's
weird-
right.
It was
like
an
a
olive.
sagey. It's
Yeah.
like a sagey grey green, but these were bright.
And
I
they
was
gave
so
us like a
mad.
lime green blanket.
Yeah.
And she kicked them up.
Yeah, and who brings it up all the time?
You also bring it up.
Both of you bring it up. They were both like, "Oh my god, she just kicked a box. What is going on?"
This is called deflecting.
What?
See, she already forgot what we were talking about before.
What? You're deflecting because I said that you make crap estimates.
He does.
He does. It's only going to take. We'll just live in the tent. Be fine. Yeah.
All right. So anyway, folks,
Have you forgot what we're
dystopian.
I'm just saying we don't know what's going to happen.
I know.
And garages and gas station things are going to have to stay. There's going to have to be somewhere open, somewhere for people to be able to.
The only reason why they would be somewhere open is if they had enough money to operate the shop. So that's like all those like small business.
I know, but
things.
there has to be something that's subsidised. Otherwise, hospital workers and stuff wouldn't be able to drive to a hospital. Do you see
Nothing
what I mean?
is subsidized.
No, but they're going to have to do something.
Okay, communist.
I'm just saying, they're
Just
going to have to. Otherwise, nothing is going to happen. You know what I mean?
No, I know what you're saying. Because if Mobil decided, oh, you know what? We want all of our Mobil chains to close because we're not going to provide you guys gas anymore.
Yeah.
Then we would be totally screwed.
Yeah.
You know? But, I mean, I don't know.
And things like propane, I mean, hopefully we're going to get to the stage. Like, the problem is we would have to run the fridge on the solar.
And if we just got a couple more batteries, I think we could do it. Like, we have...
But again, you're working on the principle that we can go somewhere and buy batteries.
And I'm working on the principle that my estimates are correct.
I'm just saying, if it got like really, zombie-geddon,
Yeah.
we're screwed.
Well, if it got really zombie-geddon, we just drive to a nicer neighborhood, get a new house, kill Bill
Like
Murray.
the White House.
Huh? Yeah.
They were in the White House, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway,
Double tap.
yeah. We hope you're all right. What we're trying to say is we are coping and we're all right. We seem to be mentally. We have our ups.
Challenged.
Yeah, we have our ups and downs. We worry about stuff a little bit, but on the whole, I think we're doing okay.
Yeah.
So, have you finished talking about your campaign, or not?
I guess so.
No, had you or not? I can't.
No,
remember
I don't know what to do. Like, I think I should cancel it. But I don't know if
I think you should cancel it and start it up again if and when there's an opportunity to do that, instead of... Not because I think it's a bad idea, I think it's amazing, but I think it's the wrong time. And if you don't get the things... I think you're unlikely to get the support that you would get normally,
Mm-hmm.
because everybody's terrified. They're not... It's, people aren't in the mood for...
Well, it depends because, like, the comic book Indiegogos are getting like $400,000,
Are they?
$200,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
well,
doing
maybe...
good.
Well, you should do it then.
I don't know. Because, like, I don't like asking people for nothing.
No, I know you don't.
It's really awkward. And now that there's, like, an actual crisis.
I don't know how people are still getting a lot of money. I honestly don't know. I know people...
Because okay, I'm going to let you in on a little secret here. There are people out there, babe, that they do this thing. You probably don't know about it. When you go to the bank, you have a checking account, and then you have a savings account. And there's people out there, baby, that when they get their checks and stuff like that, they don't put all of it in the checking account. They say, hey, teller, can you split this? Let's put some of that
Can you hear what an arsehole he is, guys?
in this other account. So we could, like, kind of hang on to it for a rainy day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the rainy day is here.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be buying comics when I don't know where my food or my
board games come from?
You're rude. Where my utility bills are coming from. When people can't work.
I know.
So why are you being a dick about it?
I'm not.
I think you are.
I don't think I am.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm surprised that people are putting a lot of money into, like, yes, but maybe not so much now, because it's like, I'm buying, oh, you didn't go to the post office.
Why? Was there something there?
Fabric. I'm
Really?
buying fabric. Because I'm trying to make shit. Like, I think people are trying to, because you're stuck at home, people are buying all sorts of, like, home entertainment stuff. So that would fall into the comics and stuff, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I get that. I kind of get that. But at the same time, I'd be scared about, putting a lot of money into things.
I know.
I don't know.
It's an awkward thing. I don't know.
I think you just have to decide what you want to do and just either see it through or postpone it.
Yeah. Well, you can't really postpone it on Indiegogo.
No, but I mean cancel it until you can run
Well, I
it
can't
again.
really cancel it either. It'll just
well,
run out.
Well, there you go.
But it's like, do I want to, like, try, or do I just want to just let it die and just tell everybody, hey, don't sweat it. We'll put this back together when things are a little less dystopian.
Yeah. It's very weird.
Yeah. Zoe made a mole head.
Yeah. I've been watching a lot of videos about doll making. Like, not just...
I don't know why you don't just look in the mirror, baby.
Like, old school... Like, old school... Get off! Like, old school dolls, like rag dolls and all that kind of, like... What I'm trying to do, like we've talked about before, is, like, trying to come up with my own twist on things, my own style, and something that I want to do and I can elaborate and make into something that's mine. And I found it really hard, as you know, because honestly, I have so many... before I was saying I don't have ideas. Well, now I have so many ideas. And because I have so many ideas, like, I can't distinguish which one to go for. So you were just like, well, just do anything. Just like, you don't have to be coming up with a finished product right now. Why don't you just experiment and make something and make something else when you finish that and see what happens?
Yeah, because you're happier when you're making
I'm
stuff.
so happy. Like,
So
I go into
it's
a little
like-
world of my own and I'm absolutely content.
Like, don't focus on mass production or
I don't
marketing something.
No,
Just
no.
make whatever the hell you want to make right now. And if tomorrow you want to make something out of that can, make something out of that can. If the next day you want to make something out of a frying pan, like maybe some eggs, am I right? No, I'm just kidding. Then you make something out of the frying pan.
Yeah, I know, and I think that was very helpful because I just sat down because I wanted to make, like, I wanted to try and make figurines of some kind of dolls, that kind of thing, but not as in girly dolls or boy dolls or whatever. I wanted to make, like, animals. And I've found all these super cool, like, artists, haven't I, of, like, really weird stuff that's, like a humanoid standing up, figure, but with various different animal heads in different styles, and there's all sorts of weird, wonderful things you can do with that. And I've been racking my brains thinking about things and wondering about how I would make it mine. And you're right, I just, not last night, the night before, I was just like, no, I'm just going to do my same old thing that I've been doing within the parameters of the equipment that I have right now. But with looking at all... So I ended up doing my mole head. Just because I wanted to do that. And also, in the back of my head, I'm a huge Wind in the Willows. Like, that was one of my favourite books when I was a kid. And also the Cosgrove Hall ITV show that was like an animatronic... Not an animatronic. It was like a stop motion with, like, foam puppets. Oh my god, it was so beautiful, and that was a show that I have it all on DVD at home. I think we have it here, don't we?
I've never heard of it. Cosgrove Hall?
Wind in the Willows.
Oh yeah, Wind in the Willows I've heard
But
of.
Cosgrove Hall was the production company who made it
Oh,
with
I
all
know
the models. And the detail, and it's just like exquisite detail down to the tiny little cups and saucers, and like their houses were just so cosy and like perfect. And in my brain, which is still like a child brain now, where I imagine that that's what, like, I know they don't, but in my head I want them to live like Badger does, with like the roots hanging down.
So like all the little like burrows under the creosote,
they're all sitting in little armchairs. And they've got like a little feather beds, and they go to sleep with a little nightie on and a hat.
And then they get naked to come outside.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's too hot.
Yeah, it's pretty warm.
But yeah, all those things. Like I really wanted to make my own version, but with all the videos I've been watching about, you know, like leg and arm movement and attaching things in different ways and all that kind of thing, I think I've come up with a way that I can make it like more old school and more mine. But we'll see. I've got a tickle, guys. I'm not ill. And also, I'd like to be able to practice my sewing skills so I can do clothing.
Oh, tell them about you sending the pigeon off.
Oh yeah, my little pigeon, my wonky pigeon, went off to Matt's friend, Charlie, who is the director. Of course, I told you, I think that the thing's been put on hold, the play. I think it's been postponed till July or something, and whether it'll come off then, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
But it was supposed to be May 31st.
Yeah.
It opened last Friday. But he still wanted me to send him out, and he's going to just look after him until it's, you know, time for his debut, my wonky pigeon. And he's called him Ernest.
Ernest?
Yeah. I can't remember what his full thing was, but it's on his page. I'll post the pictures that he posted on my Instagram or something so you can see. But I'm so pleased. He's so pleased with him. He loves him. He's suitably wonky.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. He's thrilled with him. So I'm so pleased about that. And I'm pleased because it opened up all sorts of new ideas that I really probably haven't considered for a long, long time. I think when I was a kid I quite liked sewing stuff, but I was really bad at it. And I've always wanted to be able to sew stuff, but I've always done other stuff in its place rather than having to force myself to do it, you know? But this way, I'm quite excited about playing around with stuff and just seeing what I can come up with. But it's also given me time, I think, to, I don't know, make stuff and get it right before I start doing it instead of rushing things, you know what I mean? I think so. But anyway, I'm really enjoying it. And while I've been doing that, I read... Matt's having a cigarette, guys. That's why I'm on stage right now. Excuse me. Move, Fred. I read a little book called The Saturday Night Ghost Club, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'm always hesitant to recommend books and things because everybody's ideas are so different. But this, like, it wasn't perfect. What are you looking at?
There's a fly.
Oh, that was a bee. It's not perfect, but it was a beautiful, lovely little book. It's by Craig Davidson, and it's a coming of age. It says an irresistible coming of age story about a group of misfit kids who spend an unforgettable summer investigating local ghost stories and urban legends. And that kind of sounds like a lot lighter than it is, because the book is very, very touching, quite sad in places, but mainly it's just that it captures that summer with kids friendships, kids out in the countryside, just having the best time. You know, doing scary stuff, doing silly stuff. You know what I mean? Just enjoying, and it captures that. What's the word? The atmosphere, the warmth. You can smell the air. And I remember being a kid, being outdoors, just like out until everything started getting dark at night time. You know what I mean? On the summer holidays, and it was just like a magical time. And this is like, I really enjoyed this. It's only a short book. It's like 206. I can't read it. I haven't got my glasses on. 206 pages, I think. It's just a little book. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was lovely. So, it's not just all silly ghost stories and all that kind of thing. If you like something a little bit, certainly not heavy, but it's touching, definitely. And there's underlying adult themes going on with it, you know, that make it accessible. It's not just like, I think it's a YA book, isn't it? Did we look it up?
Yeah, you did.
I think it's YA, but it doesn't feel like it's exclusively YA at all.
Does it feel like Dandelion Wine or something like
yeah,
that?
it feels like Dandelion Wine, but it's not.
Dandelion. What was the one you listened to the other?
Summer of Night.
Summer Night.
But that's like super scary. This isn't scary like that. It's got ghost stories that are scary. Or legends, things that have gone on in the local. And I don't know if you remember, but like as a kid we used to like bomb around on our bikes and stuff, and we had all sorts of areas around the village that you'd be like, oh god, that's the place where so and so happened.
Yeah.
You know. You always had like your local scary places.
Like in Monster Squad they had the scary Nazi guy or whatever. Or scary German guy.
Yeah. There was always somebody, we had like a witch that we're all terrified of. You know, there's just all that, and like as a kid, I've never sort of wanted to get rid of that. I've always wanted that, you know, to sort of live on. Not stupidly. Like I'm aware animals don't have little feather beds, but I wish they did. I don't think that's a bad thing, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, if anybody's looking for a little short read, it's lovely. I think you'll enjoy it. A lot of people will. Anyway. And I've still been reading My Starless Sea. I've only got like 80 pages left of that. That's like 500 pages. So I've almost finished that, and that's another absolutely magical. Anybody who likes books and who likes fairy tales and magic, it's just like it's hard to read, not because it's a hard book to read, but it's like so rich in the way she describes everything that you feel like you've got to take your time over it so you appreciate it properly.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. It's like, I don't know, I absolutely love it. So I feel that one's taken me a lot longer to read just because I feel like I can only do a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
But anyhow, yeah, I recommend that as well. It's beautiful. That's by Erin Mordkinson or something. The same person who did The Night Circus.
Jaegerman Jansen?
Erin Morgensen.
Jaegerman Jansen.
No,
He was number one.
Hang on. Erin Morgenstern.
Wow, that wasn't anywhere near what you thought.
Is that what it is? Morgenstern.
Yeah.
Oh.
Morgenstern.
It's not actually that hard at all.
Morgenstern.
I've also been watching loads of shows, but we'll talk about that after we've read the... Oh, babe, I set you up there and you blew it.
Did I?
Yeah. After, are you thinking rapidly of a song to do?
Yeah.
You can see his brain. Hey, I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of shows too, but I've given him time here, guys. But I'll come back to that after we've read the...
Oh, you shouldn't have said red.
After the...
Oh, crap.
Oh my god, I'll do it again.
This is so
Okay,
awful. Okay, hang on.
Hang on.
No, seriously.
You're still thinking. I could have been...
Seriously.
This is painful.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, you want me to do it now?
Yeah, sure,
Well,
whatever.
yeah, guys, I've also
Yeah.
been watching quite a few shows.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll come back to those after the...
I read the comments. Doop boop doop boop. Oh man.
That's rubbish!
I was trying to do Psycho Killer and then I forgot how it went.
That was so bad! Oh my god! Go on, do it again! I read the comment.
No, okay.
Read the comment.
No.
Ba, 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 ba,
Ba
ba.
ba 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 ba. Okay, so now before you guys all run away. Oh, yeah.
God. Luckily he turned his face away from you guys.
Well, it's
But
probably loud as
into...
shit.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah, okay.
Are you going to check it's still running? Could have been stopped.
Oh, shit on a shingle.
No, we're still
okay.
going.
Whew. Ba 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 ba. Okay, we're still on, guys. Okay.
What a relief, eh, guys?
Okay, so let's get to the comments. We got one from Juice. It says, new hit musical, Zoe and her magical milk bone pants. Move over, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh my god.
Shockingly, she's been getting really upset about it.
Yeah, because he put a fortune cookie down there the other day.
And then she sat on it, and it didn't break.
Yeah, they're tough.
Yeah.
Tough cookie.
Oh! But today she got mad because I put a pizza crust down her bra strap.
Yep, that was annoying.
Yeah, and then I put another pizza crust down your butt crack.
So you can see how much fun we're having here, guys. Keep reading.
Alright.
Yeah, it's very annoying. He keeps putting stuff down. Pennies.
Uh-huh.
But I know where it's coming from now, so the fun's ended.
And then the other day she was going to take her vitamins, and I'm like, nope. Nope, don't get them. Nope. And you're like, huh? Oh! And she put her hand down her pants and found her vitamins.
Yep. Fun times.
Yeah.
Carry on.
I must say, it's been quite an experience having read both The Stand and The Wanderers this year.
Wow.
Hang
on. What's The Wanderers?
I don't know. The Stand, I know.
I do. I read that and loved it.
The
Wanderers, I'm guessing, is virus related as well. Because The Stand scared the absolute crap out of me.
I don't understand how The Stand scared you.
It really did. The thought of being... It was the bit in the tunnel.
Oh, okay.
It was just scary. The whole idea. It was the beginning part, the first half when there's the outbreak and how it spreads from... It was people coughing, spreading it from one person to the next, and that speed of it happening, and then the whole city grinding to a halt, and them being trapped in the pitch black in the tunnel trying to get out of the city with things in the tunnel with them. That scared the crap out of me.
I read last year. Was it last year? Might have been even farther back. But I read Alas Babylon.
Oh, hang on. Chuck Wendig.
Oh, I have a problem with Chuck Wendig, so that's why I haven't.
Oh dear. Shauna wakes up one morning to discover her little sister in the grip of a strange malady. She appears to be sleepwalking. Oh gosh. Carry on, babe.
No, that's it. Just, Alas Babylon isn't...
Yeah. Apocalyptic epidemic.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not... I personally, as a person, think that guy is kind of a piece of crap.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it, and that normally doesn't bother me if I've heard a lot of good things about something. Like, I try and... obviously,
I'm sure I've read some of his stuff, because, he wrote comics and stuff for a while. So I'm sure I read...
I actually really like the sound of that, but again, like reality is coming into play too much at the minute, and I'm getting so annoyed and upset by just real life that I'm going for like complete escapism, and I don't know if I could cope with that in my like things keep popping up on Netflix and stuff of like,
hey, watch Outbreak.
Yeah, watch Outbreak. People are watching that and stuff, and I don't know if I can do it. I'm too much of a escapist. I have to be in my own little world, pretending things. Like, I'm not stupid. I'm not pretending things aren't happening. But in order to not go absolutely insane, I have to go the opposite and do something that's completely different.
There's a part of me that would love to look at Rene Russo's mouth.
Yeah, he's obsessed with it.
But we could just watch Get Shorty.
I know, right?
But I don't know if there's a good of a close-up.
You don't even like close-ups of people's mouths, usually.
Well,
especially if they're eating.
Yeah, if they're eating, there's no way in hell I want to see that.
What was if Rene Russo was eating? Would that be a no-no?
What was she eating? Like, is it like a piece of gum? Or like a Tic Tac?
No, I would say like a mayonnaise sandwich.
Fuck off. Yeah. That's disgusting.
I would say like a big burger with loads of sauce in it.
No, do you guys remember those Carl's Jr. commercials that were supposed to get everyone all like, ooh, it's like some chick, like super hot chick, eating like a giant burger on a mechanical bowl, and then it like drips down her face and onto her cleavage, and it's like, if it doesn't get all over your face, if it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face. And I
remember that slogan, but I can't.
Dude, seriously, like they could have done. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that chick's hot, but now she's got shit all over her, and you guys are disgusting.
He can't even look at me if I've got like, if I eat something I've got like mayo. He's like, it
all goes back to Big.
I know, that's what it
that
is.
That dumb bitch with her mustard on her mouth, and he's like, "Oh, you got something?" She's like, "What? I got what?" And then they rub it off. No, that was like the first thing.
Is that what makes you sick about my mum with the like when she'd spit on a hanky?
Oh God, stop!
Spit in a hanky and then
no, that's just gross.
Loads of people do that. That's what
that never got done to me.
Only because your mum's a psycho as you are.
But here's the next thing. You guys are gonna get all grossed out again. Are you ready? I just wrote about this actually. I wrote an entire piece on this.
And yet you can squeeze an abscess and tell everybody about it on the radio.
Yeah. On the radio. Hey, this is Radio 1, BBC. No, but it was like 95. I was at this girl's house. I don't know. We just got out of the pool. It was late at night. Jerry Springer was on TV. And this one episode of Jerry Springer had a woman who was...
Wow.
She was very...
She was very overweight.
Yes, very overweight. She was in a bra and panties. Mm-hmm. And she was eating fried chicken. And this, like, doing it all, like, nasty. And, like, the skin would fly off or rip off and then fold down her face. And she would, like, rub it back into her mouth. And there was just grease all over her chin. And the whole audience was like, oh, gross. And she's like, oh. And,
you like, I need some fried chicken right now.
No, I was like, where's the toilet? Because I'm vomiting. It was just the most horrendous thing I've ever seen. And then, like, not too long after that, I saw that movie, I think it was Matilda, where the, like, little fat boy has to eat all the cake. Mm-hmm. And it's all over the place. And it's just like, it like snowballed. Oh God, I'm feeling awful right now.
You have so many neuroses, it's nuts.
Okay, I'm trying to get away from all of this talk.
Anyhow, I like the sound of that, but I think I'm going to have to put it off for...
How did we start talking about that? Why would you do that?
Because we were talking about... Oh, I can't remember.
Okay.
We talked about the stand, and you were on about Chuck thingy.
Yeah. I still don't know how we ended up on food. Oh, Rene Russo's mouth.
Oh, Outbreak, yeah.
Okay.
Carry on. But anyway, I'll have to go and stalk Jess again on Goodreads to see what she thought.
Having those stories rattling around my brain so recently is extra paranoia inducing at the moment. But hopefully it'll all work out okay, and in the long run, and your parents can safely visit before long. Yes.
Thank you, Jess. I really hope so. I'm so glad they didn't come.
Well, your dad's glad because he looked at all the board games you have.
No, he didn't look. I showed him in detail.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm so glad that they wouldn't let us come over.
That's my dad's sense of humour. He was like, oh, well, looking on the bright side of us not being able to come over. And I was like, don't be worried. Don't be worried, Dad. They'll all be waiting for you. In fact, I can safely say there's going to be a lot more by the time you get here. And he was like, Jesus Christ.
Jess continues, my condolences to Matt on the Gora version. Must be difficult as a horror fan. I haven't thought about Friday the 13th series in ages. Well, good. Start thinking about it.
Start watching it, Jess. You've got the time. I don't know if you have the time. You're probably working your butt off doing stuff.
In the Tall Grass pissed me off after having read the short story first. Here it comes. Are you going to go on Goodreads real quick?
I'm going to have to.
Okay.
But luckily I didn't read it first, so it was just kind of entertaining.
Oh. Mainly due to character choices / changes.
Oh, God.
I loved It Comes at Night a lot. I think the marketing was completely misleading, though. Have you guys watched the Creep movies? Not sure why my brain connected those two, but here we are. Yes, we have. In fact,
we watched the first one. We need to watch the second one.
Well, the first one was shot right close to where we...
Yes, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was...
was it Crestline?
Crestline, yeah. Which is like where, when we lived in Big Bear, that's where I had to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
And stuff.
It was really close by, so it was very similar kind of scenery, wasn't it? Just like that.
So that
when
was
we were
neat.
looking for houses, when we lived in North Hollywood,
there was this orange.
Can you remember it?
Yeah.
When the steps got, and we were like,
and it was one
shit,
of those A-frame.
Yeah.
It was an orange A-frame, and the driveway was flat, but the house was down the mountain, so the driveway was like off the cliff. And then you take stairs down to the house. We were like, that would be so awesome, but us moving. Little did we know that it was marginally better than that. Like, marginally only better than that. Our actual house. Yeah, can you imagine moving, like, the
washing
machine
and
the dryer?
Down all those steps.
Oh, my
but you'd
God.
be going downhill. I don't know if that
I'd
would
just
be worse.
Honestly,
just drop it off.
I would just push things down the stairs.
You would as well.
And then the stairs would have broken. We couldn't get to the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, we need to see the second one. They're unnerving. He's so good, that guy. He's so nasty.
I can't remember what I saw him in before that.
No.
Okay. I'm not at all intimidating. I feel like I could pee my pants. This is Jess talking, by the way, guys. I feel like I could pee my pants and there would still be people bugging me. Yeah. I find it easier to just avoid people altogether than try to get them to leave me alone. Jess, if that's the case, there's all sorts of websites that you could probably be making good money on right now.
You're so wrong. Can you imagine her just standing peeing herself in the middle of Walmart and people going, are you alright, honey? What's
or like,
going on?
Here, let me get a napkin.
Let me get, dabbing it.
Oh my gosh, I have stories upon stories of people dabbing me with napkins that are just awful.
Inappropriate.
But they're awful.
Yeah,
they're not funny. It was
one on the
horrifying.
plane was funny.
The one on the plane was the worst because I already thought I was going to die. It was the...
I keep thinking there's a gas explosion, but it's actually just the bathroom door slamming against the wall. Hello.
As far as work and art thing, I mainly yearn to do something that garners respect.
Me too, Jess. That's exactly it.
Fan art in art circles is sort of seen as hackery. Although when I was doing realistic portraits, people in art groups gave me shit for that too. Maybe it's a no-win situation. I'll link my shop to you on Insta, Zoe. Oh, you guys have already talked about that.
Yes,
and
you see, this is
I'll
the
try
thing.
not to feel so terrible about it.
Yes, please do, Jess,
Aw.
because that's what Jess does is so cool and skilled in itself. I
Yeah.
wouldn't know where to begin. So it doesn't matter, like, you know, what area of things that you're doing. You have such a skill in that, and there's so many people who are doing similar things really badly, and your stuff is so cool. It's really cool. I was like, holy shit, how did she manage to do that? And fan art, I get that. People don't take it. Jesus, and Mina's just landed in, like, she looks like she's been dropped out of an aeroplane onto my lap. Oh, she's just lying, getting cozy. But seriously, Jess, they are awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying it, they're so cool. And, like, if I had money, I would be ordering all sorts of shit right now. They're really cool.
I know.
I'm just saying, it's like, but I'm the same. Like, my portraiture of things are all faces of, like, familiar people. But I can't just do things like Spider-Man or the Avengers and stuff like that because they're not interesting faces to me. Like,
Yeah.
I like doing faces. Like, I would do Josh Brolin. What's he in?
Thanos?
No, in Deadpool.
Oh, Cable?
Yeah, I would do something like that because it's I like Josh Brolin, but also because it's like an interesting face. I couldn't do like a Deadpool, for example, and or Marvel superheroes because they're not interesting.
Certain Bukowski pictures that I want you to do.
Yeah.
And since that came up just now, I want to give a big apology to anyone who tried to read Bukowski with us when we read Pulp. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea.
It wasn't Liz's cup of tea, was it?
And Liz, I hope you're not mad at me. I'm really worried that Liz is mad.
I don't think she'll be mad at you. It's just not her thing.
Alright. So stay safe and healthy, guys. Well, I'll try to stay safe. And I guess we'll try to stay healthy too.
We need to be doing some health.
I've been eating vitamins like vitamins.
We've had vitamins. We're trying to keep our immune system okay. We're trying to eat not crap, but it's difficult because you're only allowed certain things. There's not a huge abundance of everything.
That's the other thing, too. I go to the stores. It's getting a little better the last time I went, but it's not great. In fact, last time I went, they had no beef or chicken, and they had no cereal.
Yeah.
So it's still weird.
Yeah, there's certain things, so it's difficult to plan meals and stuff, isn't it? Because certain things are completely missing. Because it's getting to the time of year when we can actually start grilling outside and things again, which is...
Yeah, boy!
He was out there the other day, and bless his heart, he was just happy as Larry. He was out there for hours. Just sitting looking at the fire.
Rebuilt the fire pit to look more kind of like a draft furnace with a keyhole. And, oh man, it was great. I just was making ashes and making embers and then making burgers. And it was really good. And I wanted to start barbecuing again the next day, but it's been windy every day.
Yeah.
So,
Sucks.
yeah. So, thank you for the comment, Jess. And now Marilyn says, I can always count on you guys to make me laugh. You better do it, Marilyn, or else you're gonna get it.
You're so creepy.
Well, no, because she said we made her laugh.
Oh.
So it was like, I was just
got
having
it.
fun with it. A man in the cupboard, that was great.
I did think. It was only for a split second, Marilyn.
You have no idea how good that was.
It's funny.
Ah!
It's funny how your brain works. Or does it work? Just for a split second, and I was like, what the hell is that? It was terrifying. But luckily it wasn't a man. Eh?
Yeah. I already know what you got for your birthday because I did watch Paperback Junkie. Yay!
Yay!
Milk bones fell out of your pants. What are you guys doing there? That's a smart mouse. Matt, shame on you. I'm shaking my finger at you right now. Yeah, the finger shaking has turned to knuckles out for dead arms.
And it'll continue.
Yeah.
My grandma was about 4'10", if that. She was tiny.
Like a Mina.
And my dad used to call them. My granddad broke his wrist falling off a ladder once, so my dad's nickname for them both was Pygmy and Spanner. Which is very not PC, but it was hilarious. Because my granddad had like a claw hand with his broken wrist, and my grandma was tiny. But she used to always beat my granddad up if he pissed her off, and she didn't beat him up, she was tiny, but she'd be like, I'll dead arm you, Joe, and she'd get a little, like, arthritic knuckle out, and he'd be like, ooh, she gets me right on the bone. So, I've been threatening him with that. What's going on here?
I know, she's cracking me up right now.
She's just lying there with her mouth open.
I don't understand people right now either, Marilyn says. Everything is crazy. It is so weird to think about what I need to get from the store, then have to wonder if they'll even have it. Italy didn't take it seriously either, and now they have the highest number of sick. And just so you guys know, that comment came 2 weeks ago. I don't know if those numbers are accurate. I don't know, just like things change every day.
What do you mean?
Because she just said that Italy has the highest number.
They did. We have the highest number by a long way now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope in the UK they take it seriously. I'm sorry your parents couldn't visit, Zoe. My back is feeling better,
Good.
but I still can't lift anything. Since I hurt my back, it was better for me. It was better for it to be now since the shutdown. Totally.
Exactly. That's what we thought straight away. We were like, well, it's much better now when you don't.
Yeah.
You can't go anywhere anyway.
Let's see. Right now I'm reading a short story collection by Ruth Rendell called A Spot of Folly. It is really good.
Ooh, Ruth Rendell's good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Ruth Rendell, I believe... Oh, I'm going to get this wrong, Marilyn. But if you look on... The little teeth are out. If you look on anywhere you can get British TV... What's he called? Adam Waxford or something like that. Or Adam Dalgleish.
Oh, it sounds just like Waxford.
Adam Dalgleish. Oh. But it was Ruth Rendell Mysteries, and my mum used to love it. I think it was Adam Dalgleish. I can't remember, but have a look and see if you can find any. I'll see if I can find some as well, and I'll let you know.
Oh, Zoe, you would love her books. I prefer her standalones, but her Inspector Wexford series...
See? I said Wexford first!
I know, but you acted like that was the guy's name. Like the actor.
No.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Inspector Dalgleish.
No, it's Inspector Wexford.
Oh, shit, yeah, Inspector Wexford. But there's Adam Dalgleish as well. Oh, God,
Okay.
I'm going to have to look this up now, Marilyn. I'm getting confused.
I don't know why they called the Friday the 13th series that, because it didn't have anything to do with the movie series. No, not at all, it didn't. It was a great show, though. The only series James Patterson writes himself is the Alex Cross series.
Yes, it is. Ruth Rendell Mysteries on... Hang on.
I've never read CJ...
ITV, 84 episodes with Chief Inspector Reg Wexford. Who the hell's Adam Dalgleish?
I think you're just making people up now. I never read CJ Box, so I'll put him on my list. Thanks, Zoe. Matt, have you read Ross McDonald's Lou Archer series? I've only read one of them, but I really enjoyed it. Jesus Christ.
Hang on. You're right. Ruth Rendell, my mum used to absolutely love that as well, the Wexford ones.
Uh-huh.
So I've seen a lot of those, and I love them, Marilyn. I loved them as a kid. Mum, I used to remember sitting watching them with Mum. But also, the Adam Dalgleish mysteries are P.D. James. They're books Cover of Face, A Mind to Murder, Unnatural Causes. He's a fictional character who has been the protagonist of 14 mystery novels by P.D. James. And I believe there must have been some TV as well, because I remember Mum watching those. But have a look and see if you can find. If I can find the. It doesn't seem to find any.
Okay, well, you keep talking to yourself.
Okay, but yeah,
about
I'm just
that.
letting her know, because I think she'll really like those. P.D. James is similar. It's Ruth Rendell, but it's similar kind of thing, but really, really good.
And to answer your question about Ross MacDonald, yes, I have.
Oh, you like that? There he is.
I'll wait.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, come on.
Adam Dalgleish, fictional character who's been the protagonist of 14 mystery novels. He's played by Martin Shaw. Hang on.
Hang on.
Look like Martin Shaw.
Hang on. Who's that guy?
That's Inspector Dalgleish. Hang on. Still looking.
Bear with.
Oh no, that was later. Yes, Martin Shaw. You might like those as well. But the ones I'm thinking of is this guy. And I can't remember. God, I'm a nightmare, aren't I? Carry on.
Okay, so as far as Ross MacDonald's Lou Archer goes, when I started reading the Lou Archer stories, it was right after I had read everything by Raymond Chandler. And both Philip Marlowe and Lou Archer are both in L.A., I believe. At least I'm pretty sure Lou Archer's just L.A. The book I read was in L.A. And the whole time I was reading it, it was good, but the whole time I was reading it, I was like, man, I wish this was frickin' Philip Marlowe, and I wish this was Raymond Chandler. So I don't think I gave it a good enough chance. I read one novel and then a short story collection, and the whole time I just wanted to read Raymond Chandler. So if you haven't read any of the Philip Marlowe books, like The Big Sleep, The Long Goodbye, The High Window, The Little Sister, Lady in the Lake, Playback. A lot of people don't like Playback. I thought it was fine. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I think those books are just like the epitome of LA hard-boiled detective. They're just so great. I love them. So I think I have a couple Lou Archers up here, actually. I have 3. So maybe I could give those another chance. But if I start reading it and constantly I'm like, God damn it, I wish I was reading Raymond Chandler, I'm going to have to keep putting it off. Until next week, be safe and healthy. Thank you, Marilyn.
Hang on.
Oh, God.
Okay.
All right, here it comes, guys.
I found out the necessary information.
Oh.
Well, some of it, Marilyn. All of P.D. James's novels featuring Adam Dalgleish, up to and including The Murder Room, have been adapted for television, beginning with Death of an Expert Witness in 1983. The first 10 novels, in the order shown below, were adapted by Anglia Television for transmission on the ITV network and starred Roy Marsden as Dalgleish. That's the one I remember. He's got a little moustache. He looks a
What
little
do we
bit...
know him from? Roy Marsden. What's he from?
I don't know. That's the guy I showed you.
Oh, okay.
He looks a little bit like Donald Sutherland, that kind of, doesn't he?
Yeah, but
young Donald Sutherland.
He has the same size head, but his facial features are smaller.
Yeah,
and
Donald
closer
Sutherland's
together.
very wide, aren't they, on his face? I used to love him. I don't know. He looks a bit like my dad when my dad was young. It was maybe that. Or maybe just I don't know, trusted him or something. But not that would have worked. And then the BBC took over the series in 2003, and Martin Shaw played the role in Death in Holy Orders and The Murder Room. The television adaptations have not always been faithful to the novel they dramatise, partly because they are out of chronological order. But just, if you can find them, they might be on YouTube, some of them.
The older ones.
Yeah, the older ones, definitely. But also, listen to this, 5 of the Dalgleish novels have been dramatised by Neville Teller for BBC Radio 4. I bet they're really cool. Robin Ellis played Dalgleish in Cover Her Face. Philip Franks played the role. So there's like all sorts of different versions of it. P.D. James was like a big deal. For thriller. What would you call those?
Mysteries.
Yeah, just mystery. Murder mysteries.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I remember
we
those.
We had a bunch of P.D. James books when we were in Big Bear, and I think you read one of them.
Did I?
Yeah.
I think I kept them because I remember watching those.
Is that because when we were going through and getting rid of stuff, there were some that I put in a giveaway box.
Oh, God, I hope we haven't got rid of
No, I remember you going through it and taking them out.
Yeah, because I don't know why. I think it's because Murder Mystery, I loved watching them as a kid. And even growing up, you know what I mean? I've always liked that as a genre, like Miss Marple and Poirot and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, I think those ones always felt like grittier, but I don't know if it's just because I was a lot younger when I watched them, so I was like kind of a little bit scared, you know what I mean? So they felt more, I don't know, but they felt darker. P.D. James, I don't know if that's true at all, but I think it was probably just because I haven't read anything as I've been older, and I really want to. Because the murder mystery, you know, the ones that I read last winter about the one in the snow?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. And it's like Clue, you know what I mean? It's like that classic thing where, you know, the whodunit. Because as you all know from my Bones experience, I never, ever get the killer. No idea. It's always like, oh my God, it's like a revelation. When everybody else is like, yeah.
And apparently, my knowledge of who the killer always isn't as good when we're watching Criminal Minds.
No.
And why is that?
I don't know, why is it?
Well, I think first off, it's not right because they show you who the killer is in the first scene.
It's
usually.
different. It's very different.
But,
it's because there's like 2 people.
Two people? There's...
No, I mean who it could be.
Oh,
but
okay.
you were like, well, it's not hard because there's like 10 people doing the same case.
Well, what about that one where it was I thought it was the guy who ran the whole system and the chick, and you're like, no, it's not like that. They don't do that. And it ended up being him and 2 other employees to keep some guy quiet.
Yeah, it does it occasionally.
Yeah. So, I got 1.
Yeah, you got 1. It's really annoying though because like, I just miss Bones, man. Do you know what though? This is what happened, guys.
Oh, have you started CSI yet? Oh yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, I'm like blowing the big surprise.
Well,
we got Hulu again.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. Jeez.
Well, get on with it, Junior.
I've got a tickle. I haven't coughed all day, and because I'm talking so much, and somebody's smoking in the doorway and blowing smoke in.
I am not. You lying.
Anyway, so as you can imagine, we're watching a lot of TV.
Yeah, we are.
No, I am.
We are watching so much TV.
He's listening to music, so I have to sit with my earbuds in watching my shows while I'm needle felting or making stuff. And I've been watching all sorts. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm drinking Arizona tea. And that just came out. Oh God, that's awful. You have to edit that out. I'm so sorry. Babe, you have to edit that out. Anyway.
No.
Yes.
No.
Anyway, I have been watching, I was watching Criminal Minds, because that's on Netflix, I believe. or Amazon. It might be on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
I've had Amazon Prime and Netflix, so whatever it was on. And I was like, I'm really enjoying it, but it's not Bones. But the more I watched it, the more I was getting into it. I was really enjoying that.
Yeah.
But then I started looking, and what did I find? The Hulu subscription, which we closed a while ago. Try to be frugal, idiots. Guess what I found on there, guys? I found CSI Investigation, the original, CSI Miami, The Rookie, which Jess recommended, the entire Angel series, and the entire Buffy series, amongst a plethora of other stuff. So, I started watching CSI. It's very old school, so I'm not really I'm enjoying it, but I'm not really massively into it yet, just because I think they're just finding their feet.
Yeah.
I think I'm really going to get into it.
Why don't you start at season 2?
I might. And then I can go back and dip into things if I don't quite know what's going on. But I feel like it's one of those shows that's been going forever, and I feel like it didn't find its feet for a while. It's the same with Bones. Bones started off on a high and just it's really not that good, guys. I'm aware it's not the best show in the world, but for some reason it just clicked with me because it's nerds, it's science, it's gruesome bodies,
It's Angel,
and a bit of romance. What more do you want? Nerd jokes, science humour. Now, I haven't found that yet in anything else. Apart from I do like Reed. He's very cute and nerdy in Criminal Minds.
Is that the guy that looks like Klaus Kinski?
He's very cute. But yes, him. But yeah, so I started watching that. So I'm going to give it... I'm not judging it because I know I'm going to love it. I'm going to have to start a bit later date. What else? Black Sails.
Oh.
No, and I've also, because I started watching that, I couldn't decide whether I wanted to watch more of that. So then I switched. I was watching Black Sails. Didn't like the first episode. I was like, this is cheesy. I'm going to hate it. And then I got totally into it. And I'm now in the middle of season 2. And I was going to do a marathon because it said it was going off Amazon Prime on the 1st of April. But when I investigated further, it was only actually the first season that was on Prime and you had to pay for all the other ones. So, I achieved my goal and finished the first season in time, but I'd already found it on Hulu and all 4 seasons are on there, so I've slowed it down and paced myself so I can enjoy it. And
Hulu doesn't keep things forever either.
Well, all 4 seasons are on there, so I'm sure I'm going to get through them.
Alright.
But just I'm not trying to burn through in a week, which is what I was doing.
Okay. Alright.
What else? Oh, and Buffy. I'm in season 2.
Yeah.
Again, I've watched Buffy many times, the entirety.
And you watched one Angel.
I watched 2 Angels, I think.
But then felt like you were...
But then I felt...
that the carriage was leading the horse.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd better go back to the beginning. Because I love Angel. I actually prefer Angel in its entirety to Buffy because I feel like Buffy started off
I prefer Mrs. Calendar.
Do you?
Yeah.
Who's Mrs. Calendar?
That's what you called her yesterday.
Oh, the Mrs. Calendar, the computer science teacher who Giles dates.
But she has an awful haircut.
She looks like something like Edwidge Fenwick. She looks like that kind of era.
She looks like Fran Drescher.
Who's Fran Drescher?
Oh, Mr. Sheffield.
If you'd seen that, he did like the waggly knees, like a...
The nanny.
What?
The nanny.
I don't know who that is.
You've never seen The Nanny?
No.
Ow. Not Nanny 911.
Not Nanny, no. What is it, a film?
No, it was a TV show. You
The
don't
Nanny.
know who Fran Drescher is?
I've heard... What?
Oh, man.
I'm saying that That show's the best show.
You watch that show too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
Really?
don't know what Nanny 911 is.
What was the nanny show you were watching the other day?
Super Nanny?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Super Nanny.
That's not the same thing.
No, it's not at all the same thing. I'm talking about
Fran Drescher.
Yeah.
Ow.
Is that what she sounds like?
Didn't she-
Yeah.
Well, I recognise her,
Didn't
but
she always say, like, you got something... What did she say? Schmutz on your face?
You got some schmutz on your face.
She used to
I have
sound
no
like
clue
that.
what you're talking about, you lunatic.
She used to sound like that. Tina, out.
Oh,
And it
man.
has some British actor is Mr. Sheffield, so you might know him.
Really?
Yeah, and I think he had a short run role on Days of Our Lives back in the 80s.
Was he a robot?
Maybe, if you're not careful.
Hang on. The nanny. After being fired from her job and dumped by her boyfriend, a cosmetic saleswoman becomes the nanny to the 3 children of a rich English widower. Wow, that sounds awesome. Charles Shaughnessy.
Yeah, that's Mr. Sheffield.
I do recognise him, yeah.
Yeah, play it like something so you could hear her voice. So you know I'm not crazy.
Hang on, we're playing it, guys.
Is this a commercial?
Yeah, hang on, guys.
We have a commercial, sorry.
Stop.
Oh,
Fred, mean it. Ready? Here we go.
you gotta watch it.
What?
Watch it. Oh, this is painful.
Yeah. I'm trying.
Didn't you see what just happened? I was in the middle of a date and you interrupted me.
Hey, you interrupted me.
You are always cutting into my personal time.
Time.
Meanwhile, I'm not the one sitting home on a Saturday night with his hand glued to his brontosaurus.
Risque. That's enough of
I
that.
had a huge crush on her.
God. Wow. Well, I won't be adding that to my list right now.
Oh,
Are
you would
like-
love it. You would love it so hard. You would go, ow.
I've already
You'd go,
been going,
hey,
oh,
Joe.
classic Xander. Classic. Oh, Willow. Oh. Yeah, so I'm like a pig in muck, aren't I, right now?
Yeah, with
I
some
don't know what-
schmutz on your face.
I just don't know what to watch first. I think you were a bit too harsh on her, to be fair, babe. Ow! Like you aged her like about 90 years.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. It was more like Mama Fratelli or whatever she's called out the Goonies rather than her. It was.
Mama Fratelli.
That's what she's called, isn't it?
Yeah, but it just cracked me up.
You're funny.
Have you seen Throw Mama from the Train?
Yes.
We used to always say, like me and my sister, that was our grandma.
Did you?
Because she was just so feisty and
Yeah.
like a meanie.
Oh. So, that's what I've been watching, guys. Let us know. No, don't. Just let me know if I'm missing out on something or if I should start at certain points because there's a lot to get through and I don't want to miss much. But
Or
at the same time,
if there's a show exactly like Bones that Zoe doesn't know about.
do you know what the closest to it? Oh no, that isn't really. Like Fringe. I loved Fringe. Because that was but that was supernaturally.
There wasn't really a lot of humor.
No, it was way more serious, that
Yeah.
one.
Way more serious. Alright, guys. Well,
We're sorry
So-
we missed last week, guys.
yeah.
We're
I
going to try and
couldn't-
keep up to date, but he couldn't open his mouth.
Yeah, I was a mess. And so for those of you who are just watching this, and I don't know why the hell you would this far into it, but this is episode 34 of the
Oh.
Waffle Ramble.
You didn't even say that this week.
We went right into it, babe.
Yeah, we did.
Crazy.
Crazy times.
So, thank you guys so much, and please leave a comment. Let us know that you guys are okay. And we will talk to you guys again real soon.
We're going to try and do some videos if we can get on with stuff and do stuff, but we're just finding it difficult to, like, motivate ourselves to... We just don't know what to do each day. It's, like, difficult to decide, isn't it? It depends on how we feel about stuff, and sometimes it's better to just be quiet and read.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of playing it by ear, but we hope that we can be a bit more productive about stuff when we get ourselves together and we know the situation a little bit better. But up till then, please stay safe, everybody. Let us know what's going on if you can. And we'll talk to you all next week.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.